Alright, hello you crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, and welcome back to making this crazy action RPG about dogs in Game Maker. Where was I? So I did do what I said I was going to do, and I fixed the problem with going up slopes. I basically got rid of the kinetic friction variable, so you can't slide around on the ground anymore, but it makes processing the game a little bit simpler. It removed a few lines of code. It's hopefully one less failure point for this whole crazy big making games operation. Let's see, what else did I want to do? I can get out of here now, and I can go back to this here fancy Trello board. I don't believe I actually checked off this one option here the last time, and I probably should have done that. Major stat categories. Do I want to do that? Are there anything else that I feel like I should be Is there anything else that I feel like I should be doing first? Sorry, grammar nerds. I'm kind of interested in this one. Implement like world traversal stats for speed, jump height, and fall speed and stuff like that. Obviously, a dog is going to probably run faster than a chicken, and obviously a chicken is probably going to flap its wings and fall a little bit more slowly than a dog. I don't have any animations for that or anything, but Okay, I suddenly realized that there's this activity feed down at the bottom of this card. I'm gonna do that. So let's see. Let's go to const class. Okay, so that's it. And what were they? Run speed, jump height, and run speed, jump height, and fall speed. That was it. So I can go and add a couple more properties to the class. Come on. Oh, I'm going to shift instead of enter. Run speed. I feel like I should prefix this with something so that I can tell them apart from other variables later on. I'm going to call them t run speed equals, how about 1? Because that's going to be a modifier on the movement speed. T jump height is going to be 1 also, and t fall speed is 1. And I'm going to talk more about those in a minute. Somebody is pinging me on Discord, and I really need to bother me later. Alright, I'm going to close Discord now. Come on. Go away. Discord. Can I close Discord, please? Alright, we can just go do this the hard way, go into Task Manager. Alright, pretend that never happened. So, run speed, what was it? Jump, height, fall, speed are the next 3 parameters I'm going to add. I feel like I need to copy and paste these variable names because I'm going to forget them by the time I actually get around to typing them. Let's see. This is going to be argument 2, argument 3, argument 4. This may be a somewhat odd detail to be worrying about this early in the development of a game, but I kind of want to implement it and forget about it later, so I don't have to worry about it later when the code base is probably going to be like twice the size of what it is now, and it's going to be just that much harder to modify. Chase's run speed can be 1.5, jump height can be, how about 1.2, and fall speed can be 1. Fowler's run speed can be 1, jump height can be a little bit higher. Let's make this 1.2 also, and fall speed can be 0. I wonder what the chicken fall speed in Minecraft is, because that's the only game I can think about that has some mobs like obey gravity differently than others. I'm gonna go with 0.7 for now. And Joe, run speed is 1, jump height is going to be 0 because he's a snake and he can't actually jump, and fall speed is going to be 1. That does obviously make Chase a little bit better for traversing the overworld, since he like moves around faster, has an actual like run speed. Let's actually make this a little bit less fast. Let's make this 1.25. Can jump a little bit higher. Do I want to give Fowler 1.2? I'm going to just make that 1, and if I want to change it later, I can change it later. Great! I'm going to keep this open on my other screen so I can see it. Alright, goodbye. Run speed. In movement player, which I still have open from before. Actually, I don't have it open from before. I have it open from when I was fixing physics, which sounds funny out of context. MSPD is going to be, there's this hook variable. This is yet another relic of when this was a Pokemon game where you could control different characters, like different object characters in the game, and the game had to know which one to follow, and I feel like I should get rid of that, but I also feel like it's going to be really boring to do so on recording. Let me know what you want to do. Let me know what you want me to do in the comments. If you want me to go full computer science nerd and take it out, I'll do it. Anyway, this looks familiar. Var active equals all characters. And this should be all classes. I can't keep this straight, can I? All classes. And anyway, MSPD move speed walk is going to be the default. Alright, so this is just going to be multiplied by active dot b, what was it, b run speed? B run speed. Or should that only happen when you're actually holding the run button? Let's make that only happen when you're actually holding the run button. Alright, so quantity. I know I'm putting way too much thought into this too early in the game when it's just something silly. But again, something that I'd rather not have to worry about later. The same thing for jump height. Did I say B or T? It should be T. T run speed. All right, so jump height is going to be jump height times active dot T jump height. And okay, I'll worry about fall speed later because that's a somewhat different beast and a somewhat different script. I don't know if I should cap the acceleration to gravity or cap the downward speed like in Minecraft. Again, if you have any strong thoughts on that, let me know in the comments of this video. Alright, so the game can compile now, please, today. Alright, here we are. Let's go start the game again. I'm going to go, where did my controller is back on the floor and I have to pick it up. Let's see, so chase. The run button, what's the run button? That's the sneak button. This is the run button. I'm moving a bit faster. Alright, so I slow down a little when I switch to Fowler, and I slow down and I stay at the same speed when I switch to Joe. The jump button is Y. Nothing happens when I hit Y when I have Joe. Alright, this is what happens when I hold the Y button when I'm playing with Chase. And I'm jumping a little bit less high when I'm playing as Fowler. Alright, so that's working as planned. Great, I can get out of here. And now that I know that works, whereas Z speed has something to do with, interesting. This is a really old note. Apparently I wanted to have you jumping higher if you were running or something like that. I don't know exactly where I was going with that. Anyway, movement. I think it's just movement. Where's Z speed? This is like accounting for gravity. I know it's in here somewhere. Z rotation, Z speed. Alright. Going down. Otherwise, Z plus equals Z speed times... Alright. I may have a problem. This applies to all entities. This doesn't just apply to the player. And that may cause a bit of an issue when I try to say, like, Z plus equals Z speed times the active characters, whatever. Huh. I could think of workarounds for this, but none of them are pretty. Alright, computer scientists who are watching this, comment on this video, and I don't know if I gave you enough information to know exactly what to do about this, but I'll come back to this. In the meantime, I'll leave another one of these to-do tags and say, alright. To-do, if you're watching this and you're confused, to-do isn't anything special in GameMaker. It's just a note so that I can search it towards the end of development of this game, and I can find all of the things that I left unfinished. For example, this is a, I don't know what that is, but for example, this achievement script, like achievement graphics and stuff, which I basically wrote code for one day and then never went back to. Anyway, I think I can check this off now. All right. Major stat categories. I should probably explain this a little bit more. I'm just going to open up like combat notes. Where's the combat notes? All right, if you want to read my combat notes, you can pause the video and read this card here. Basically, there's going to be, instead of a like physical attack and magic attack, there's going to be, and I have no idea if this is a stupid idea or not, but it kind of plays into the characters' like personalities and physical beings because of how they work. Chase is going to be like a melee fighter because he's a dog, he can bite people. Fowler throws things at people because, I don't know, I need a range attacker. He like throws sports equipment and baseballs and skipping stones and what have you. And Joe is the nerd. He makes foes run away by reading Shakespeare and that kind of thing. So instead of physical and magical attack, there's going to be melee, range, and intellectual attack and defense. So that's the quick and dirty on how combat is going to work on this game. I told you in the beginning that this wasn't going to be 100% serious, didn't I? So how to do this? I suppose, and I'm going to be kind of adding a lot of arguments to this this add class. Oops, I'm going to be kind of adding a lot of arguments to this add class script here, and the limit is 16. What am I up to now? This is argument 4. All right, so that's 5 arguments out of 16 that are taken up, and I'm going to be adding 6 more. 7 counting HP. All right, let's go into class. Let's, gonna call that traversal stats, combat stats. This is gonna be HP equals, I don't know what scale I want my HP to be on either. I could just do like a very basic Super Paper Mario thing and say like HP is equal to 5 plus your level. I don't know. I might just do that for now. I don't want to rip off Pokemon's formula completely. I could rip off Skyrim and say like HP equals 100 plus 10 times level. Let's go with 100 right now because 100 is like a nice base to work with. Like it matches up nicely with percent and what have you. There's going to be there's going to be melee attack. I'm going to prefix it. Yeah, I'm going to prefix it melee attack equals, let's call this 100 as well. Melee defense is 100. All of these are going to be initialized to 100. Alright, I'm not going to be going with a speed or agility or anything variable because in action-oriented combat as opposed to turn-based combat, it doesn't really make sense to have one because your speed is determined by the skill of the player. Alright. Now the question is, I have 7 extra arguments that I'm adding to the script here, which again, I'm not sure if I like. Hang on, I'm just going to fill this in. This is going to be a lot of typing and not a lot of computer science. Give me a moment. Alright, here we go. And it just occurred to me, I could take out HP, and everybody could have the same HP. Because I can't think of any good reason for, like, give me a moment to reassign these. I can't think of any good reason for a dog to have more HP than a snake or a chicken or anything, although I guess chickens are kind of frail in real life. Like birds in general, they have hollow bones and everything. But I'll leave that as it is. I'll leave, there's just going to be melee attack, melee defense, did not want to accidentally. I could have very easily not seen that I assigned the same variable twice and skipped defense and then spent like an hour trying to debug that later on. Anyway, let's just go and assign some of these. So Chase, let's give him 150. Let's give him slightly higher melee defense because he's probably going to be more prone to. You know what? Let's give Chase 150. Actually, wait. I could make this even simpler. I could do a Gen 1 Pokemon thing and make attack and defense the same. I have a feeling that would be really bad later on down the line. I could give everybody the same defense and only differentiate them by their offenses. I really want to implement a system like Skyrim where you level your stats by using them. Although at the same time, again, with my headcanon, Chase is definitely, for example, not the intelligent type, because dogs are dorks, and I can't see him reading Shakespeare. My thing with the Skyrim style stats really is more that I want to program a system like that than anything else, so I guess I'll leave it alone. Alright, everybody's defenses are going to be the same, and they're going to, and I don't know. I could worry about that. I could worry about the defenses later. They could get like effort values or skill trainers or something like that later on. Is that wise? Alright, no. I'm debilitating over this for too long, which is generally a sign that I should just leave it alone. Chase is going to have 150, 100. How about, he really has no way of attacking enemies at range. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to let him like equip any range weapons or anything like that, so let's make it 60. Let's make it 50 because we're going with multiples of 50 apparently. 100, 50, 100. And like these stats don't even necessarily have to be visible to the player. They just have to be here for the game to work. Fowler can have 100, no, 50, to be consistent 100, 150, 50, 100. Although Fowler isn't really an idiot. I like to think chickens aren't the brightest of animals, but I like to think that Fowler is fairly smart. And Joe, lastly, 50. I need a comma there, don't I? Joe, 50, 100, 50, 100, 150, 100. All right. Yeah, okay. Was there one more thing I wanted to say about this before I move on? Like, I guess it would make sense for Joe to have a higher melee attack because snakes can bite things too. But for the sake of being consistent, and to be completely honest, to force the player to read Shakespeare to enemies to make them run away, I kind of feel like leaving it as is. Plus, Joe never seemed all that aggressive to me. I mean, come on, he's a snake named Joe. How aggressive can he be? Alright, again, I'm going to leave that alone because I'm debilitating over this for too long. Let's see, the card. I really should just leave this open. Major stat categories. I have implemented that already. I am undecided as to whether or not I want to do the Skyrim style stats, or if I just want to go with like a skill trainer method of raising your stats, or something like that. Like the food items in Epic Battle Fantasy or something. Alright, I'm going to check that off. I kind of want to make now, this isn't on my list, but I kind of want to make a party menu in the pause menu so that you could view your stats. But at the same time, that would require that I come up with a way to calculate them, besides just like 50, 100, 150, whatever. I really should have planned this out a little bit before I sat down and started doing this. I feel like there could be a couple things that are fun to do here, but I don't know what I want to do, and I don't know if they're actually going to end up being any good. Alright, you know what? The rest of this video is going to be just creating a party menu. Let us go. And where is my pause menu? The pause menu is a whole beast that I really haven't even dove into in any of these videos yet. There's a lot of code related to these. Game HUD pause. Alright, cc pause is the script where I initialize the pause name. These are probably going to be showing their faces again in the future. Scripts where I have just cc underscore as the prefix, those are basically just initializing enums. They don't necessarily need to be called anywhere because enums are just wonderful like that, but they're generally nothing important other than enumerated constant definitions. Pause menu states are what I'm looking for. There's the main menu, the inventory menu, settings, back, and quit. I'm going to want, I think, character, and I did mention earlier equipment. I'm just going to call that equip because it's easier to type. I'll fill in the equipment menu later. And now that I've done that, I need to add code to actually run when you're in the different positions in the menu. Let's see. Oh, first, this is what you see when you press escape or the start button on the controller. I'm going to go settings, back to game, and quick game should be up at the bottom because those are like meta game related things. So I'm gonna put what do I want first? The order doesn't matter. Let's just go with characters and equipment. And I don't think it really matters, but these should be in the same order. Inventory, character, equipment, inventory, characters, equipment. All right, so that's good. And I just need to correct the alignment with this bit of text. 144, 164. This is just where on the screen they get drawn. Now the background rectangle, I'm going to want, I think, how far down is that supposed to go? I want to say 184, 176. I'll eyeball it and worry about it later. Now, down, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. This part of the code is the flavor text that shows up. For example, the inventory, it's a summary of what an inventory is. Here, I'm just going to need to move these down a little bit as well. I'm going to copy and paste code, and I'm going to change it later. Don't worry, don't worry. This is going to be characters, A-R-A-C-T-E-R-S. I've done a lot of recording this today, and my voice is starting to go, and I hope I can last another half hour or so, because that's about how long I want to make this video. If I'm probably going to end up doing a lot of the precise fiddling around with text alignment off recording, but for now, characters, view, character, stats, and stuff. This is going to be very placeholder looking text. Settings, this is going to be the equipment menu, change what you're wearing and stuff. If you've noticed, I've liked the word stuff. What was that? Equipment. Alright, so this probably isn't going to actually make anything happen. Oh, speaking of making things happen, this is what happens when you press A. I know Game Maker veterans are going to be very upset at me for treating the draw event like the step event, but consider that the draw event basically is the step event, and I want to be able to precisely control what happens when, and I don't really think it's that big of a deal. It works. It's been working for me for several years. The main problem with using the draw event as the step event is you could have the draw event firing multiple times per step if you have multiple views or anything like that, which I do not because everything's pretty much drawn within the same view. Anyway, let's go and just say pause position equals pause.character, and in the second position in the menu, pause position equals pause.equip. And there's this business with setting cursor, which is basically a glorified mouse set position or Windows set mouse or whatever the function happens to be. I don't know exactly where on the screen I want the cursor to go when I hit A on those menu icons, but again, I'm going to worry about that later. Next thing I need to do, I could just run the game now and see what happens, but I want to go and do a few more things first. First, inventory. I'm going to duplicate this, and this is going to be pause. Instead of inventory, this is going to be character. This is going to be the character menu. And I could, what is this flavor text business? Oh, that's basically text, scrolling text business. And I'm going to get rid of all this, and I'm going to worry about it later. And I'm going to duplicate it again. Where's character? And I'm going to make it, instead of character, I'm going to make it equip. And again, I'm going to worry about that next time I run the game. I just want to have them there so that things happen when I actually try to run that code during the game. Order doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what order these statements are in here. So case, I can just inject them anywhere in the switch tree. Pause dot character break case pause dot what was it? What was the other one? Equip. I'm having an awful hard time trying to remember what the equip name is. Game HUD pause character. And game HUD pause equip. Alright, there's one more thing I want to do, and that is when you hit B, you should be able to back out and go back to the main menu, I think. Where's the code that runs there? Somewhere in here. Alright, since you can either actually hit B, the cancel button, or you can hit the option that says go back on the menu. I have a couple different ways. I didn't explain that very well, did I? Give me a moment to gather my bearings. Where is go back? Alright, here it is. Variable go back equals get release B. And I'll explain what this does in a second as soon as I finish writing it down. And if go back, we're going to go back to pause.main, we're going to reset the cursor, and we're going to play a certain tone, which is the cancel tone, which I think is another sound from Pokemon, but I'm not sure. So I'm probably going to have to treat that as program error and replace it as well sometime later. Alright, so this is going to get copied into character, that is character. This is going to get copied into equipment, and basically get release B. Basically what it does is it gets the value of controller.release B and sets it to false, and plays a tone if it's true. And now that I think about it, since you're also playing the cancel tone, that might be a bit of an issue. I don't know if I want release B to play the tone. I'm going to comment this out. Alright, but the general idea of get release B is that it unsets the value so that you can't have it being called in multiple places at once and have them interfere with each other. And that gets saved to a variable. And at the end of the script, if it's true, it's basically going to update the pause position in the menu, go back to main, set the cursor position, and play the cancel tone. So let's run this. I'm going to have to clear the compile cache, aren't I? Let's go scripts, delete this, and if you'll give me 5 hours, I'm going to run the game again. Alright, here it goes. The little spinner icon is spinning. We're in the game. Ooh, I need to extend this a little bit. I can only go down to a certain amount. Alright, so I forgot to do something else with this pause menu. Let's go to characters, and it's not drawing anything. I hit back, and we return to the menu. Alright, I can't actually go back to game. I can't actually access the back to game option in here because I forgot to do one more thing. And that is going to be, let's close out of there, let's close out of there. I can close out of here too because I just needed that to copy and paste. Main menu script and pause cursor handle. This does a couple different things. It allows you to cycle through options in the pause menu, and it returns the value of where you are in the pause menu, which option, like 0 for inventory, 1 for characters, etc. The maximum value is 5, so I need to increase this from 3 to 5. Forgot about that. I also think, what was it? This is a wee bit long. Let's make that 184. And now let's start drawing. Stuff in the character menu. First, I'm going to want Chase, Joe, Fowler, and back. And let's see. Let's copy this and use this as a template. And go here. Draw the main menu. My nose itches. I hate it when it does that when I'm recording. And let's see, this can be Chase, Joe, or Fowler. It doesn't really matter what order they're in. I just prefer them to be Chase, Fowler, and Joe. I don't know, it's alphabetical or something like that. And let's add another one, and this is just going to be back. All right, excellent. And the background texture is going to go down to, let's see, 144, because that's 20 plus the last Y value on the screen. And to draw a rectangle, this is going to be... Is this what I want? I'm going to copy and paste this. I'm going to go look at one of the other subscripts and see if see exactly how. Oh, pause major N. That's I have such a weird way of handling pause menus. There's main N, which is just for the main menu, and there's major N, which is like for the submenus. I forget why I did that. There was a good reason for it, and it's like deeply ingrained in how the game works now, and I'm afraid to change it because it's probably going to cause everything to blow up. But I don't know. Anyway, there's that. There's this pause cursor handle thing, which again, I love the script. It saves me so much trouble. There's just the boundaries of where. Let's make this 184. There's the boundaries of where the rectangle that you're drawing within, and that can go to 144. And pause major N again instead of main N. What is this? 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So 3 is the limit. And okay. Now this just has to do with flavor text. So I'm going to see if I want to keep this. What is this N2 business? Oh, that's just updating the position. Okay, I'm going to keep that too. And again, this is, all right, so T plus equals text speed, right? Yeah, all right, so there's get text speed. That does exactly what it sounds like. I feel like this video is going well until about I started messing with the pause menu, and now it's gone to pieces because I can't remember how to manipulate this. There's another instance of major N versus main N. Now, if get release A, which does a similar thing to get release B, if this is true, I'm going to switch pause major N. Case 0 is going to be Chase. I don't exactly want anything to happen there yet. Case 1 is going to be Fowler. Case 2 is going to be Joe. And case 3 is going to be set and go back. That is what I want to happen, right? Again, referring to old code. Back to main menu. Okay, so I'm going to copy the back to main menu and put this here. 3, not 4. I'm going to get rid of the get release A here because I want there to be, again, not differentiating between the draw event and the step event. I want this to happen. And this is what shows up in the sidebar of the summary. Like there's there could be like an item description if this was the inventory menu. There could be a description of the game setting if this was the options menu. This should work if you hit the A button, or if you release the A button when you're hovering over the back button. You're going to set go back to true, and then down at the bottom here, go back is going to be set to true. The game knows to go back to the main menu. And all right, let's try this again and see what happens. I've changed a lot of code without necessarily knowing what it does, and that's probably not a good thing, but we're going to see how this goes. There should at least be things being drawn. Okay, the game is running, and it's loaded, And I can go and hit the pause button. Let's go to characters. Chase, Fowler, Joe, and back. Nothing happens when I hit A over here. That's an issue. Something happens when I hit B, though. Characters. Alright, why is nothing happening when I hit A? Alright, or when I click the mouse. That's infuriating. Huh. Oh, I know why. This should be at the top. Alright, this should probably be handled right under pause major and whatever. Alright, now let's try that again. Alright, here we are once again. Let's go to characters. I can hit back. This text is not aligned the way I want it to. I just realized that. Like everywhere else, the text is left aligned. Here, it's not. It's just not in the right place. Why is that? I literally copied and pasted it. What happens when I go? Oops. What happens when I go to settings? It's aligned properly here. Why is it not aligned properly here? Alright, that's an interesting issue. That is a telephone! Alright, I know why that was happening. The text is being drawn at a value of XX, which, in these, the settings menu is like a temporary value of half the screen plus 80, and I need to reset that in here. I'm just gonna stick that down over here. And this should cause... I don't know exactly. I feel like this should be crashing the game, since I didn't declare the variable before. So it was probably just drawing the text out like a junk value. Alright, let's try that again, see what it looks like. I swear, this is one of the most annoying things about what I do. Alright, so back to main menu is now at least aligned properly. I don't know why it's not being actually drawn. Like the subtext is not actually being drawn. It's probably because of this. And like pause update flavor text. Updating the this thing. Oh! Again, another instance of pause main n instead of pause major n. Alright. For like the 5th time, let's run the game, see what happens. Alright, this is better work. Excellent. Although it's not aligned properly. Perfect. Alright, well, I'm not going to worry about the text alignment right now. At least it works the way it's supposed to, and I now know that I can manipulate the pause menu without having all hell break loose. So now, when I'm mousing over these guys, Chase, Fowler, and Joe, I have a sense that like their picture should be drawn here or something like that, and there should be a summary of their stats and that kind of thing. So for now, I'm just going to draw their name. I'm going to say, how about game HUD pause character bio. And we're going to draw that guy's stats. And let's make another group here. Alright, I think I see what I'm going to do. First... Alright, I need to create the script first. And we're going to go make that. I'm going to have to remember to clean the compile cache, because the yo-yo compiler is kind of annoying in that respect. I need the value of XX is half the window plus 80. And instead of saying draw text back to main menu, we're going to say var active equals, once again, all classes of argument 0 this time. Argument 0 this time. And we're going to draw the text of active.name. And further down, how about... Yeah, further down, we're going to draw melee attack, melee defense, range attack, range defense, int attack, int defense. And if I have space, it's going to be speed, jump height, and fall speed. All right. Let's see. This can be 84, 104, 24. I could use a for loop for all this, I know, but I just don't feel like using a for loop. Active dot. Oh, there's also the HP. The HP should probably have like an HP bar or something, though. Actually, let's move this down a little bit. Give me a moment. Alright, I'm going to be drawing melee attack, melee defense, range defense, int attack, int defense. And down here, let's put a little space, so 244 instead of 224, which would be the next value, 264 and 284. This might not all fit in that window, but I'm gonna hope it does. And if it doesn't, I can just extend the window. Alright, let's see what this looks like. I should probably label these too, hang on. Alright, these are all labeled. One more thing, since the traversal stats are like scale factors, instead of whatever scale these combat stats are on, I'm going to actually make these a percent. So it's going to be 100 times active.t run speed, 100 times active.t jump height, and 100 times active.t fall speed. And then we're just going to draw a percent sign here. Percent. I've already cleaned the compile cache, so it shouldn't crash when I run this, although it should take a very long time, as I've complained about in the past. And let's see how this looks. Alright, here we are again, hopefully the last time. Great. That actually fits really nicely. Chase's stats, Fowler's stats, and Joe's stats. Why is it not working for... Oh, I know why I forgot. In here, to do game HUD pause character bio of the other two characters. Fowler and Joe. Alright, you saw nothing. Alright, trying this again, pretending that didn't happen. Fowler, Joe. Yay! Joe, can't jump. I feel like there should be like a dash instead of 0% for jump height. Because that just looks a little bit neater, you know? I'm gonna do that on my own time. Remind me to do that on my own time. Future self, don't slack off. Anyway, other things, there should probably be like a picture. Again, like I said, there should probably be a picture of the character like somewhere around here. There should probably be like a health bar, an experience bar, something like that. But that's just, I'm gonna worry about the health and experience bar in, I don't know, maybe the next one of these, or maybe in the deep future when I get around to programming combat. I'm gonna end this video off here because I think this is a high note that I don't want to ruin by deciding that I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to programming. I'll deal with equipment in the future as well. I'll fill in this menu, which doesn't exist anything, which nothing happens if you click on. There will be downloads for something or another, I don't know, in the video description. I hope you all enjoyed watching this, because I sure did. My name is Dragonite, and I will see you all later.